I'm going to talk a little bit now about hip and groin care in terms of mobility, particularly for people who strength train. So this is a really important aspect of mobility. A lot of what I'm going to be going through in this video and the next 1 or 2 videos that I do after this are things that I learned as part of the Flexible Steel Instructor certification. Wonderful certification. I learned a lot. All too often, people have this assumption that strength training and mobility are working at cross purposes for each other. But that is not my experience. It is very, very possible to be strong and to have wonderful mobility in the joints and flexibility in the muscles. So this is going to be a little pair of movements. It's going to be a prying goblet squat and a wonderful hip flexor stretch. I'm only going to demonstrate each of them once, like a set of each, but I recommend doing it anywhere from 3 to 5 times through, and notice as you go through how it feels different each subsequent time. Just notice, don't judge, just pay attention to both any change in range of motion as well as in how it feels within the same range of motion. You'll learn a lot about your body and movement this way. So the prying goblet squat, what that looks like, you're going to bring a kettlebell or a dumbbell up right over your heart, and you're going to imagine that dotted line between elbows and knees, abs engaged, drop down until where you can really wedge your elbows there into your knees. And here, stay active, stay engaged, but really explore the movement. Bring your hips up and down, wedge your knees open. You can do some neck rotations. Just explore movement there in the bottom of your squat position, and then with a sharp exhalation, come up. So do 3 to 5 of those in a row, and then follow that with a hip flexor stretch. You've probably seen or done a lot of these in this half kneeling position where people just kind of slump forward, your torso comes forward, and if you notice here, my iliac crests are at completely different heights. We're going to take out those sort of leaks of form, bring the body to a really connected unit so you can really feel the front of your hips really opening up. So I like to take a yoga block. You can take whatever you have on hand that makes it so your iliac crests are much closer to the same level. Go into a nice wide front to back stance. Your goal is going to be to keep the torso upright. Going to picture if you had a belt buckle, keep that facing forward. And from here, actively use the strength of the toes of that front foot to pull yourself forward. And you're going to do little pulses. You're going to pull yourself forward. If you need to walk that front foot forward more to really access full range of motion, by all means do so. You'll do those on both sides, and like I said before, then you'll go back to the prying goblet squats. 3 to 5 of those. As many of these hip flexor stretches on each side as it takes for you to kind of feel like you've reached the point of diminishing returns. Back and forth several times through about each movement. Wonderful care for your hip socket and for these hip flexors. Thanks so much.